couple quick takeaways to wrap up the Masters, as well as an observation on LIV about how to change their schedule, making it beneficial for the players. I think if you told the LIV guys that after 4 years they'd be no closer to joining the PGA Tour, a few of them would rethink their decision. You know, Bryson's an outlier. He's a scientist, and his work in the lab is as important to him as reps on the golf course. But that's not normal. For the most of us, we need reps. And I'm not just talking about pounding balls, playing in Nassau with your buddies. I compare it to sending an MLB player to the minors for rehab after an injury. You need those competitive reps to be at game speed. Heading into the Masters, I don't think enough LIV guys have enough of those reps to be competitive. I know LIV's motto is growing the game around the world. But if nobody's watching, who really cares where and when they play? You know, golf has changed over the past 20 years. It's been Americanized, and it's all about the majors. If LIV's players aren't allowed to play in the PGA Tour leading up to the majors, they need to find a way to get more reps to be ready. And not just more reps, but meaningful reps. My suggestion to them, rework the schedule so a couple of the events leading up to the majors mean something. Play them in America. If it means changing the schedule to make this time of year the playoffs, do it. Who really cares? The guys aren't playing events around the world. They got to figure something out. The PGA Tour suspending Wesley Bryan for playing in a hit and giggle is a clear line in the sand. The PGA Tour ain't budgeting anytime soon. It sucks that we're still sitting here trying to figure out a solution to this problem. A problem that could have been solved simply by letting the LIV guys back. I miss seeing DJ and Rahm, Bryson and Koepka week in and week out. Hell, I even miss cheering against Patrick Reed. The villains on the PGA Tour now are manufactured. Boo. Rory's such a baby. He spoke his mind. Boo. I think Rory was given bad advice and walked the line for the PGA Tour, and when they changed course, he was hung out to dry. Personally, I feel like he died on a hill he never wanted to be on in the first place. But enough about trying to solve a problem that the leadership in golf clearly doesn't want solved. We have 2 tours, and that's the way it is going forward. But on to the Masters and the masterpiece that is Augusta National Golf Club. Every year the hype gets louder and louder, and every year the Masters delivered. Last year I talked about a bunch of clubs that are renovating and how important a good renovation can be to completely change the vibe of a club. Obviously, Augusta National has a huge advantage over a lot of clubs, right? Unlimited space, unlimited budget, makes them able to stay on top of the game. Doesn't matter how much it changes. What makes Augusta so special is how simple their changes are. It's subtle little tweaks to protect traditions. You know, 13 was playing a little too easy. All right, we'll add a tee box a few yards back. Not 50, because that would change the way the hole plays. Just a subtle change to return the shape and the shots that players need, exactly the way Bobby Jones and Mackenzie intended it to be in the 30s. A tee box here, a tree lost there. So subtle that most people watching wouldn't even notice unless the broadcasts talk about it. I love the classic courses. Not much to a lot of them until you get to about 100 yards and in. Firm, fast, hard, undulated greens that require thought, skill, spin, decisions, ways to maneuver around. It's the way golf's intended to be played. And unfortunately, we only see it a couple times a year now. The Masters, the Open Championship, and then maybe you get a little bit of it once in a while at the US Open and the PGA Championship. But even they've become bowling alleys now. Don't miss the fairway or you're dead. And scrambling isn't a premium anymore. It's tough to watch, but I guess maybe that's why I'm not playing golf anymore. Let's go.